And we're not trying to be derogatory, even though because there were people in the Oath Keepers unit that unearthed the AO based upon somebody manipulating the situation from the outside. A lack of experience is what generated their fear. But also my problem with this is a lack of forethought, because why would you not expect to be attacked there? And how is it that you thought you weren't going to be there, that you weren't going to be in that situation? You know what I mean? In other words, this is not a tailgate picnic. This was a military deployment. These people are all supposed to have been former military. Now, to what degree, as far as what they did, might be the next question. And the other problem is, I kind of got into a private conversation after the program this morning, is the other issue is, what have they done since? See, people get into certain job niches, and they really start to unrelate to things that they may have done in the past. And that comfort zone creates a laziness of mind, maybe is the way to describe it. Now, the other part about this is, again, better to find out about it in a situation where there was no real need for concern, as opposed to finding out while the bullets are flying and you turn to look to see who's to your right and there's a whole block of people missing. Think about how bad that would be. You know what I mean? It's not an unlikely scenario, guys. I've mapped this out for you over the last several days, haven't I? Now, you'll notice I haven't been disgusted so much as be prepared. You don't have time for emotion in this. That's one of the things. I have no use for these people because they should have known better. I mean, one of the descriptions of what happened was that one of the individuals, who's the leader, was trying to scarf up a bunch of kids and throw them in his truck because they had to panic and leave the area. Now, as a fighting man, it'd be like, yeah, at least he didn't just jump in the truck and leave. Okay, so there's a plus. And the first thought was to, grab the children or do whatever and use them, get them out of there. Okay? Well, my point is, the truck doesn't mean much to me at this point. I've already committed to a ground operation. I've got troops here. I might round the family up and tell the woman, and if she had her husband with her, say, hey, here's the keys. Everybody take my truck. It's the best thing sitting here. Get out of here now. Here, in fact, here's my hotel room key. Go to there. If I don't come back, you can have what's in it. Congratulations. See, now that would be my attitude. The idea is, yes, get the non-combatants. The children don't need to be in the environment. The only problem with that, even, guys, the enemy, notoriously, really doesn't discriminate between women, kids, and men if they're on the road, even. But if the idea was to get them out of there, that would have been understandable. I could see that. But unassing the AO with your combat element, no. Now, that's another reason I'll bring up what I said before. When you're setting up a mixed unit defense, it's called quadranting. Now, you quadrant like a pizza pie. That way you don't lose when somebody unarses the battlefield like this, and all you see are tennis shoes and elbows running in the other direction. You only lose a small component of your defense grid. And because you've put strong people left and right, in other words, it's like the spokes of a wheel, guys, the other components left and right that hold their ground can still use their integrated firepower to hold the real estate that's been opened up. Because it won't be open up for very long. Progressively, you will adjust your defense so that your forces move in and redistribute firepower to control the whole of that area again. However, if you've properly deployed the existing firepower that you have, it won't be physical, bodies in front of. It will be firepower matching the need, matching the target area. Okay? Just something to think about there. So this should be a class, a tutorial for everybody. It should help everybody to understand why there are certain things that need to be done. Again, there's no reason for this not to be done better. The other problem I have, though, the only real problem I have is we've had how many weeks to do better? This whole thing didn't even happen this weekend. Shouldn't even happen the way that it did. There's no excuse for it. In fact, for all the supposed experience, the para-airborne submariner, super soldier, been in 5 wars, blah, 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 or cumulative between everybody, they've been in more than a few dozen wars. They all had more than enough experience in organization, in theory. Okay? I mean, there shouldn't be nothing I'm talking about should have been a surprise for them. It should have been automatic SOP. Unless, like I said, where they're treating this with the tailgate party mentality.